Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm just going to do a quick video, probably do a lap here. I'm going to run off the road a little bit just because that's part of what I want to show you. I mean, sometimes it won't be on purpose, but this is a setup for the Corvette C7 ZR1 2019. I've watched video after video on how to set up your cars, and I just couldn't really figure it out, but I finally mastered the setup for this car. If it sounds funny, the way I'm talking is because my mouth is numb because I just had to have 2 fillings replaced. So, of course, my whole side of my mouth is numb, so that's why I sound this way. But anyway, the way I have it set up, you can use on any tire. I have it set up for sports right now, and it handles great under sports. I mean, if it can handle this good under sport, it's going to handle good under racing and stuff. But yeah, this setup is, I don't care what anybody says, this is the perfect setup. If you want to set this car up good, just copy my setup on this. You can mess with the camber, but that's about all I would mess with. I wouldn't mess with anything else, like the ride height or nothing else, because it's perfect. It handles great. Here, I'll show you a little bit here, just so you can see. And real quick, just to show you, I don't use any assist, no traction control, no auto drive. I do use ABS, but let's face it, people, ABS is on all standard cars nowadays, so it's not like that's a cheat. That's not like it's an assist. It's standard, so I use it. I do turn it off when I drive cars that don't have it because I want realisticness. But see, no active stability management, no counter steering assistance. You know, excuse me if I get a little nervous driving because I'm trying to appear to be good, but I just want to show you the setup of this car. It handles great. I mean, yeah, I'm an aggressive driver, so I will run off the road at times, but the car doesn't bounce around like people show. Like, I don't know, like when you have it set up, it bounces all the time. It used to, like, I'd go off the road and I'd be airborne because it just couldn't handle off-road, but now it handles pretty good. And I'll show you some of that. But all right, well, let me shut up here and just try to do a quick lap, and I'll give a little commentary once in a while. But all right, here you go. Nürburgring. Sports tire, no assists. I will show you my setup here in a second. Like I said, I'm a very aggressive driver, so that's why you'll see me spin out every once in a while, but it handles great. I only have my car set up to 450 horsepower though, because I have a series going for my car. See how I run off the road there? I did that just to show you that I don't run off the road. I'm going to do it again right up here on the corner. I run off the road. See, it's not that bad. Remember, I got sports tires on, so I'm going to slide all around. But when you have racing tires on, this thing handles good. I'm not doing aggressive driving right now because I just want to get the tires warmed up. Usually coming up, my front end usually gets airborne, but it really doesn't get airborne now. Watch how it comes over smooth. Remember, I'm using sports tires. I'm not using racing tires, and this is a better grip. And remember, I showed you no assist. See how I go over to apex a little bit and it doesn't like spring airborne? go off the road again. Just to see, I'll show you how it's not bouncing around. Here, I'll drive. There you go. Now my tires are dirty, so I'm going to spin out a little bit. But sorry if you can hear the vibration of stuff in the microphone. I'm using my controller mic, so you're going to hear all that. Again, I'll show you real quick, just so you don't think I'm faking. Once again, just ABS is the only assist I'm using. I just wanted to reiterate that, just so you don't think I'm cheating here and cutting the editing. So here we go. See, now it threw my rhythm off because I paused it. Alright, well anyway, that was an accident just because I paused it, but the fun part's coming up soon. Alright, here we go. The fun begins. It's all fun, but this is the best part of the track, I think, with all these turns through here. Like the last part of the track is what I call it. The last half. Or not half, but section, I should say. Look how it curves, goes through those S-curves. See, even that there, that's not as perfect as what I usually can do, but I still didn't go out of control when I hit the apex a little bit. Before my setups, I used to that I could follow other people. All right. All right, there we go. See, once again, no assists. You're seeing me do this all in real time, so I'll show you that it is sports tires, so you don't think I'm using racing tires and trying to fake all this. Car setting, sports medium. All right, well, here's the setup that I'm talking about that I did. Under sports, I'm using custom suspension. I got my body height at 102, 107. My anti-roll bars are at 3. My damping ratio compression is 32 and 32 for front and back. They're both even. For the dampening is 48 even. Then I have my natural frequency at 2 and at 220. I got my negative camber at 4. Now I said this is where you can adjust if you want more or less. It's going to affect the handling, of course. So I have to keep it at 4, but you can go a little higher if you want. This is set up for Nürburgring for sure, so I mean I don't know how it really handles on other courses. My toe angle is at 5, my for the front and 20 in the back at 0.05 and 0.20. I'm only using the regular standard differential. I forgot to switch it to the LSD, but this is the setting that I have is 730/15. So I even use it for the customizable if it's the same as the original. Now my downforce I have at 225 and 325. Now, like I said, I have it set up for 450 horsepower for the league that I'm doing, my series. So this is how I have it set up, is 76 and 70. And I have the ballast at positioning at 46 towards the front, because then it helps turn in. But I mean, the car's already 50-50 to begin with. I didn't have to add any weight. Then of course your top speed or your transmission, that can make or break it sometimes, because if you have too much torque, it won't handle as good for some reason. I have it set up like this at 360 km. Then this is what I have my settings. If you want to like screenshot it, you can. At my final gear at 2.945. That's like I said, I have it set up for that. I keep the transmission there regardless whether I have my restrictors or anything turned down. I keep that all the same. But there's that. And as far as my other components, I don't use a supercharger. You can if you want. It does make it a little more torque, so I just don't use it. But I do use the racing intercooler. I do racing parts on all the other stuff. And you can see over here, I keep stock engine. I don't add bore up, stroke up, engine balance, none of that stuff. I just keep it the engine tuning regular. So if I wanted to put all stock parts back on it and just race it under stock complete, I can do it. But all right, yeah. That was my Nürburgring right there for the sports tires. I have it set up a little different, I think, for racing tires. Just the ride height, I think, is just a little lower. Yeah, or a little higher for some reason. As you see, everything else is the same, but just the body height adjustment's a little higher. I don't know why I went a little higher, but I did. But I'll show you real quick how it sticks under how it handles under the racing tires, just to show you, because everything else was the same, like I said, except for the ride height. I don't know why I changed the ride height. I could have kept that the same, but I changed that a little bit. But you don't have to change anything. You can just use any tire you want. It works. The setup works good for every tire. I didn't try it for comfort, but I'm assuming it does. But yeah, like I said, here's the racing soft. You might have to get used to it because it sticks a lot better. So when you turn, it turns a little sharper. Once again, no assists, off. for ABS. Like I said, it comes standard on the car, so we'll deal with it. I'm not going to do a full lap, I just want to show you. Here I'm going to run off the road so you can see what it's like with the tire stuff. See how it doesn't bounce around as much? It still bounces around, but one thing I hate about that is your tires get dirty and then you start slipping out. And when racing softs on here, all this thing handles great. Best I've ever had to handle in my life. Oops, I ran off the road a little bit. That was an accident. You see, I didn't spin out like I normally would. So right there it comes off a little bit with the racing tires. So I got too aggressive there, but see, I was able to keep it in control. That was all my fault. It has nothing to do with the car. As you can see, the car handles like a dream. Once again, my aggressive driving style. I'm just an aggressive driver, so all that stuff that you see me wiping out stuff that, like I said, that has nothing to do with the car. It's just I need to learn to lay off on some of this stuff a little bit. Maybe in real life I would, but this is a video game, so it doesn't really affect me as a person in real life. Alright, we're going to do this little quick S-turn up here, just real quick, and then I'm going to end the video, because I'm done boring you guys. Like I said, this is for the Corvette C7 ZR1 2019. There's my car. All right, once again, I'll show you the setup again and show you guys. And we'll go back to the sports because, like I said, they're the same. I use sports medium, you can use sports hard, but there you go, that's the setup. If you want to use your LSD, you can. I mean, 730/15 is great. It works great, as you can see on the car. You can tweak that a little bit, but as far as the suspension stuff, like I said, I wouldn't mess with that. That's why your car can't handle good. If it's not handling good, is because the suspension has nothing really to do with the LSD as much. But I mean, it can affect it. But like I said, my downforce. And my downforce might be more also on the racing tires. That's probably why I raised up the car height, because I did the downforce. Yeah. See, I did the downforce higher, so I did the ride height higher because it pushes more pressure down on the car. That's why I did it. Okay, that explains why the ride height's higher. But yeah. Like I said, I show you the sports one, the ride height again, because like I said, or the racing, because everything's the same except for the ride height and the. I also have the turbocharger on that as well. So I have the turbocharger on the race with the racing tires, and I also have my aerodynamics. I only have it up 10 because I do believe it's 225 and 325. Yeah, so I only have it up 10. You know, and the ride height only up 2 more millimeters than on the sports one. But all right, guys. Well, thank you for letting me bore you for how long this was. I don't know, but yeah, that's my setup for the Corvette C7 ZR1 2019. It is the best setup for this car, if you ask me. It's my own setup that I did after watching numerous videos and trying to figure it out. I finally figured it out, and now I'm passing the message on to you. To hopefully it work for you, and if not, I'm sorry. but it works great for me. I showed you how the car handles under sports tires and racing tires, so, you know. Oh well, all right, well, have a good day.